So you said Mr. Hughes is the best person for the job. Can you please explain why you think so?
Because I think one of the main things is that he's competent. He has excelled in his profession. I think they call him an aristocrat. As it even is that black people must not have nice things. If you are to blame that he comes from a father who was an attorney at law, his mother who also was an administrator, and so forth. But despite all of that, he has shown that he has the common touch. And even the PPP has recognized this threat, because since he won even before winning the leadership of the FC, quite frankly, it appears as though today in Guyana, only Nigel Hughes is the only politician we have. Because everything in the news, even Jagdio today, is attacking him. Mr. Hughes has shown, as I mentioned, that he's for the people. He has represented the people. The matters with the Amerindian, the various Amerindian communities that he fought the government and won. Even the Inter-American Human Rights Commission has also said the government is breaching the Amerindian human rights, this PPP government. Mr. Hughes was there representing the Amerindian, the African community. Of course, we have used them. And I'm speaking to Mr. Paris. The PNC has used and reused Mr. Hughes. Currently before the court, we have matters there with Comrade Lawrence. We have matters with Comrade Joseph and the GCOM staff. And Mr. Hughes is there with his service, pro bono. As I mentioned before, we were recently in Switzerland for the decade, the African decade. That was brought in by the Human Rights Commission of the United Nations. He was there advocating and exposing the PPP. He was there. And you see, when the United Nations speak with the evidence, the Human Rights Commission, Mr. Hughes was there twice. I was there once with money from our own pocket. And when the United Nations invited the PPP in recently, was it by magic? The work and the submission by Mr. Hughes and the Padagy that I'm a part of, it's not by magic the PPP was called into United Nations. He was tried and tested. He has shown that he's someone that we can trust. When Mr. Hughes did the analysis, and we have to give him that, using his resource and the analysis that shows the amount of license. If they give gold license to 10 persons, they give to one black person of the other groups. They give that was gold license, the oil blocks. It was Mr. Hughes who did all of that analysis. And that is why I said earlier. That's why I said earlier, if we will be like Peter, who was with Christ all the time and have seen the works that he have done, and then he said, I don't know him. I said that earlier. And I do hope and trust that I respond to Mr. Paris. And I have said also that despite I believe he's the man for the job, it doesn't mean if Roy Zilford is the presidential candidate, if you, Mr. Dr. Hind, or even Mr. Paris is the presidential candidate, that I would not give my energies. I'm not saying that those other folks are not qualified. And as you walk the streets of Guyana, the young people want Nigel Hughes. The people want Nigel to be the leader. And one thing that we need to appreciate too as well, especially in the PNC, and I've always said that, I'm entitled to my opinion, is that the persons that vote at Congress is not the PNC supporters.
You mean not the sum total of PNC supporters?
Sum total of the PNC supporters. The larger block is out of the party. And I believe, you know, and a lot of personal people, it's no secret that the African support, the PPP support, the PNC support come from the black community. And you know, if you put a monkey or a crapo at the cup, they go vote. The PPP supporter. They not care what they do. They go vote. And it's not the same The PNC doesn't enjoy that. And Amanda say, the persons who are, I don't want to, let me don't say it. Let me leave it alone. I don't want to be accused. But the PNC, the little push, the necessity, the little push to get the nurses, the teachers, the lawyers, the doctors on board as it is now. Nigel Hughes gave that push.
Mm. So I think
if he's a prime ministerial candidate, if he can give the push from the back there, or a person who wants him up, he must be up front to give that extra energy. Because at the end of the day, the PNC alone cannot win no elections. Let the record reflect that Darren Wade said that. They can't win no elections. Because, as I said, we need the extra push. Because we need everyone in society to be on board. Because our supporters, they are like that. And sadly, they're like that.